Hi, good day. Assalamualaikum. Let's continue on topic 3, source of contaminations, effluents, pollution that contribute to alternative water resources. At the end of the topic, basically you will be able to discuss the pollutions that may contribute to each type of alternative water resources. So the first one, which is source of rainwater harvesting. Okay. Rainwater harvesting basically will be collected at the roof. So pollutions must be or can be occur due to the roofing materials, gutter, piping system, and also storage materials. Basically, it can be introduced into harmful substance such as material of the component, which is asbestos, lead, copper into the water. Okay, then we also have the dirt and also germs that can be washed into the collected rainwater from the roof, especially when rain follows several days of dry weather. Okay, basically another part is maybe corrosion or sulfur that can cause acid rain. Okay, next, it also can be polluted by the natural effects. For example, leaf, fecal dropping from birds and animals, insects and contaminated litter on the catchment areas of the source of rainwater. These pollutions or caused by the natural effects also leading to health risks from the consumptions of contaminated water from the storage tank. Okay, next is air pollutants. Okay, dirt, dust, smoke, and also pollen basically will be transported or picked up by winds, cars, fires, and also other activities that open to the atmosphere. All of these mentioned particles from the air also can contaminate the rainwater before it lands on roof. Okay, it lands on the catchment area. So it also can be polluted earlier by the rainwater. Okay, other examples is air can sometimes contain sulfates and also nitrogen oxides. So these two types of chemical also can pollute the air, and it can combine with the water droplet, which is rain, and form acid rain. We call it as acid rain. So acid rain can cause a serious health issues. Examples of effects of acid rain is vomiting, when you drink contaminated water, diarrhea, kidney disease, liver disease, stomach cramps, nausea, and other disease that leading to the health issues by the consumptions of acidic water. Okay, finish for rainwater harvesting. Let's move to the alternative sources of groundwater contamination. Okay, so basically this is the flow of groundwater. Okay, it also starts from the acid rain, and then the water will penetrate into the soil, and then go to the lakes or river. Okay, so you can see here we have the urban runoff, and we have the solid waste management landfill. Okay, and then beside the road we have gas stations, and then we have farm animal waste. So basically these activities near the water sources can cause pollution to the water. Okay, the first pollutions of groundwater is coming from natural sources. Naturally occurring substance that found in soil or dissolved in water also can cause the contaminations. For examples, some of it mentioned earlier: sulfates, iron, maybe radionuclides, fluorides, manganese, chloride, and as well as arsenic. Okay, this is a natural source. And then contaminations or polluted from septic system. Basically, septic systems are used to dispose of waste, and improper design and leaking of septic systems will cause release of contaminants into the groundwater. Okay, for example, nitrates, all bacteria, chemicals, detergent, and viruses also can infiltrate into the soil. Okay, next is petroleum product. Petroleum storage tank, either located underground or above ground, can mainly have complicated pipeline. So after a long period of time, this pipeline may have problems such as leakage. So when it has a leakage, of course, the leakage from the substance can lead to the contaminations of water. Okay, next is stormwater harvesting. First sources of polluted on the stormwater is oil and chemicals. So oil and chemicals can come from the leaking automotive fluids, to paintbrushes rinsed out in the driveway, or any chemical that is not properly stored, used, or disposed. So those chemicals have potential to end up in the storm drain. Okay. Pollutants and chemicals alter water characteristics. For example, the water chemistry, and followed by diminishing water quality that supposed to support aquatic life. Okay, and then it may come from the sediment. Okay, sediment may enter the stormwater when the rainwater flow across the bare soil. Okay, and soil particles become entrained in the runoff and are carried to stream. Okay, sediment can reduce the water clarity, impedes aquatic plant growth, and destroy aquatic habitat. Okay, and then trash and debris. Stormwater runoff usually will pick up trash and pollutants from street and also parking lots. So those pollutants are carried throughout the stormwater sewer system into the waterways. Okay, these trashes may choke or suffocate the wildlife and is unsightly. So you can see it is very unpleasant odor, unpleasant view. Okay, and then the solid waste can cause blockage. So the aquatic life inside the lakes or river cannot get enough supply of oxygen. Okay, then let's see how about the reclaimed wastewater. Okay, so this is a schematic diagram basically on the reclaimed wastewater. Okay, so you can see here the recycling happen from the buildings after treatment go to the building again. That's why reclaimed wastewater is can be considered as recycling water. Okay, so problems regarding the topic of reclaimed wastewater. First is on a storage tank. Storage tank may contain oil, chemicals, or gasoline. Okay, the tanks also can be corrode after a certain times, crack, and also develop leaks. Okay, so if the contaminants leak out and get into the groundwater, serious contamination can occur. So if we can prevent earlier, we should prevent. Okay, then problems on septic system. Wastewater disposal system that implement in homes, office, or other high-rise building. Uh, those are not connected to a city sewer system. And septic system design to slowly drain away human waste underground at a slow or harmless rate. Okay, so basically an improper design, location, constructed, and also maintenance can lead to bacteria, viruses, and also household chemicals. Okay, then the problems or pollutant from the landfill. The landfill are supposed to have a protective bottom layer. So this bottom layer is actually act to prevent the contaminants from getting into the water. So by using the protective bottom layer, we can stop the infiltrations of water into the ground. Okay, so if in the landfill area there is no layer, or sometimes it may be cracked, it causes contaminations from the landfill, and the contaminants can have car battery acid, paint, and household cleaner. Okay, so we need to have proper protective bottom layer to prevent those chemicals make their own way down into the groundwater. Okay, then grey water. Okay, grey water is produced by household or office building. It may come from the part of uh, places in the house except for toilet water. So for example, of grey water is recycling of water from the sink, shower, bath, clothing, washing machine, or dishwasher. So when we are doing this procedure, it can reduce the presence of pathogen. So basically grey water can be recycled direct from home because it has lower levels of contaminants. And then septic grey water can turn into septic less than 24 hours. And the vessel that carried the groundwater previously could be harmful to the aquatic environments. Okay, so uh, it will increase the concentrations of water that release nearby bays, river or sea. Okay, and then strong acid and alkali. So we need to avoid these sources because salt can cause the excessive soil alkalinity and destroy the structure of soil. And other type of acid or alkali can be toxic for plant at higher level. Okay, so please refer reference if you need extra knowledge or extra information regarding the topic. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for your attention. See you in next class. Assalamualaikum.